Geek Dad Life presents Toy Geeks, a live toy talk show. Tonight we're going to talk about Mcfarlane releasing the full images of the much maligned drifter Bruce Wayne action figure. It's still ugly. We'll also talk about the next wave of Simpsons from Super 7, as well as the special early bird pre-orders for the Lords of Power toys. All of that and more tonight on Toy Geeks. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Toy Geeks. My name is Jay, and with me, as always, on this journey of toy geekery, Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, even when we do a toy show, is my good friend, John. John, how are you doing tonight?
I am okay. Tired.
Tired and sad, just maybe an hour before we were to come on the show today. This very sad news of the passing of Bob Saget. Absolutely just a gut punch. I mean, losing Betty White and you know, a sitcom icon, comedian icon, and then Bob Saget again. Just talk about those people that just an essential part of a lot of people's childhoods, especially people that, you know, watch this show, Toy Geeks. It's just shocking news, and you know, hearts go out to his family and friends that lost clearly a very dear member of their family, as well as a fantastic comedian and actor. And you know, I was always a bit more of a Family Matters kid myself, but still liked Full House. But my family and I watched America's Funniest Home Videos from the first season for, I don't know, however long he did it, 10 years or something like that. That was every single week we would watch this show together. And yeah, just a really bummer news, but rest in peace, Bob Saget.
Absolutely. America's dad.
Right? We all I don't know, like, again, no offense to any of my fathers, but you just did, it was like, yeah, the quintessential kind of like great dad, TV dad, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. And what I love is he kind of had this second life post the Full House era of his just dirty comic persona, which was also really funny.
Surprisingly filthy.
Yeah, like just downright brutal. But again, just the range that he had to be able to do that. And yeah, just really sad news. And you know, it was nice that they did that Fuller House TV show as well, which I did really enjoy, and he got to be on there too. I believe we don't know the cause of death yet, but either way, really, really sad news. And we couldn't do the show without sending our condolences and thoughts to Bob Saget's family, as well as just appreciating all that he gave us. Now let's make some of Mcfarlane toys. Now, let's say hello to the chat. It is hopping as always. Let's this is gonna be a fat. I'm gonna try and go as fast as I can. All music: Evil Villain, Roberto Colon, Darth Maximus, Macanita Silva. Good Lord, sorry. Michael Palmer, Jeff White, Michael Y. Gervais, as well as Cobweb, Space Cowboy, iBrand 3G, 16-Bit Misfit, Daryl Robinson, Damned Ash is here. I feel like I haven't seen Damned Ash in a minute. Good to see you, Damned Ash. Pop actor David V, VCG Cosplay, John Rhodes, Justin Moen, Jay Griffiths, Rohan Bijimjani, Todd, I think it is Todd Smith already. Jump in General, got to meet Jump in General in real life this weekend, which was a lot of fun. Always great to meet you all in the real world. Mike Girolico is here as well. Nelson A, Toy and Fun. Smedberg is here. Overman. Jason is here as well. Robert Alessandri, Toy Connections. Made it, and no, still don't want this figure. Sorry, Ken. And congrats to Ken. Did a great tour video on his YouTube page. Hit over 10,000 views. Ken's on the up and up. If you haven't checked out his channel, definitely check it out. Jack Knight is here. Dartherian, Nick Dillinger, Sons of Batmanarchy. Oh my goodness. J. Andrew Comics, another great YouTube channel. Check out. Let's see. I think I did Jason Zembecki already, but I'll do it again. Phineas Bog, Chris Esposito, Hung Wen is here as well. Tony Olivero, Sean 3000, MJMT14, Galactus for Mac, and holy moly, it is going. Raphael, Shannon is here as well. Riley, Bob is here. Howdy doodly dudes and dudettes. Rest in peace, Bob Saget. Indeed. Dartherian, Robert Monty, and that horn. Gotta get this Lord's Power. I agree. Let's keep going. I think it's just a lot of repeats here. So if I'm missing people, I apologize. Kyle Tilton, Sam Newsman, Chuck Buckley, Black Phoenix, Andy Silva, Kim, Jamie, Colt, and Scott D is here as well as Retro Action UK. Gotta give love there. Arbiter 2201, Dave's Dimension. Whew, all right. If I missed you, I apologize. But know that John and I are so happy and thankful that you're all here. What are you seeing, John? You kind of look a little close, like I was missing something.
No, Jason posted that a piece from last week's toy Stump John was armor from Johnny Quest.
Oh, well, there you go.
I wouldn't have gotten that.
I should have pulled it up if I had more prep time. A couple people posted on the comments for last week's episode, picking out some of the things like that tiki mask, and I can't remember what it is now off the top of my head. But yeah, if you ever want to, even after the show ends, people post in the comment. Oh, Jurassic Dave is here as well. I haven't seen Jurassic Dave in a minute. Hello, Jurassic Dave. That's you can still post in there, and sometimes people kind of figure them out in there after the fact too. Mm-hmm. So definitely go check out the comment section on last week's episode. All right, John. Last week.
Previously on Toy Geeks.
Previously on Toy Geeks. We had a little fun at the expense of the Drifter Bruce Wayne action figure tease by Mcfarlane. And I understand there's a lot of work that goes into this, and sometimes it's the subject matter, and that's just what it is, like all of the above. So I don't want to sound like I'm an ungrateful toy collector, and that I don't think that Mcfarlane has done a lot of great work. Like we've given a lot of praise to what Mcfarlane's been doing with the DC license over the past couple years. That being said, this is trash. So we got like more pictures. I guess it's gonna be a variant with a mask on. It's just the hands are really not great.
Yeah, they're really bad.
And it's just why, I get if maybe this is how Bruce Wayne looks in the movie, but does it need an action figure? Like, just does it need this?
We probably could have just dealt with him in the Batman suit.
Right.
And that could have been it. That's all we need. We don't need a new outfit for every scene, between costume changes. And we certainly don't need this figure having a variant.
It's so bulky. Like, it looks like was it Joey when he puts on all Chandler's clothes?
Yeah.
Could I be wearing any more pants? Like, I don't. So we got more pictures. Again, maybe we haven't seen the movie yet, so maybe this scene is amazing. Maybe it's the scene they submit for the Oscars because it's so incredibly moving.
Or maybe this is when Mcfarlane realizes we need swappable hands.
Oh my god. Yes, because these hands are so bad. Like when he's sitting, the bike looks pretty good. But when he's sitting there at the bike, like his hands, they just
and the amount of jackets and coats and everything, it looks like he won't be able to sit properly on the motorcycle.
I know.
He's going to be so like static up top.
I can't. This is great. I ran through G. I can't put my arms down. Bruce Wayne. Magnus, it's Gore-Tex. Be careful, knock down a bunch of liquor in the liquor store. I just, I just, yeah. Go ahead.
I was, when we first seen it, I thought maybe it's aside from the hands, maybe it's the lighting. Whoever did the photography for that first initial picture that we seen, kind of give it the benefit of the doubt.
Mm-hmm.
But now in package, out of package, just different angles, it's no better.
No, it's it's not great. It's not great. I love this too, Riley Bob Patterson going full Ricky Bobby. I don't know what to do with my hands. Lobster claws, Batman, Bruce Wayne, Winter Soldier. Oh my gosh.
The bike looks good.
I'll give it that. Great.
Yeah.
Right. It looks fine. Toy-tastic. Don't worry, you'll grow into it in a few years. Oh my God. Yeah, I guess is this the, aside from maybe that that special red and black version of the figure, this is like the first one we're seeing from the Batman toys, right? Is this no? They're doing a Catwoman too, I guess.
Yeah, we've seen Catwoman and the Riddler. We haven't seen the Penguin figure yet, though. I mean, I assume they're going to do the Penguin.
I just, yeah, I would hope so. I've heard like maybe he's not as much. He's not the big bad of the movie, even though he seems to be in the trailer a lot. But
yeah. It's a very 90s head sculpt, or the paint is very 90s.
It's very gloopy here.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not. Yeah, it's just it doesn't look great.
No,
yeah, the eye makeup makes it look odd. Greed's got the let's see, just as they are pics of the Penguin online, so it makes sense to get a Penguin figure. Yeah, it just. I will.
I hope once we see the movie, this will all make sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. I just
Maybe.
I feel bad that this I don't know. It is what it is. But yeah, the hands aren't great. I love the Batman logo though. The box looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who said the box looks the best part. It just oh man. And the thing is, like, it doesn't even come with the bike, right? The bike is a separate thing you have to buy.
Yeah.
So it's not like this is a bike or like a G.I. Joe classified pack where you get a figure in the bike. So you're like, well, I'm buying it for the bike. No, you can buy the bike separately, which is good. That's good. Mm-hmm. So, John, ugliest figure of the year. We're only like a couple weeks into the year, a week and a half. But is this going to be peg warmer of the year? Because I don't know a single soul that would buy this figure. I can't imagine, because I thought maybe if it was with the bike, like, oh, cool, the bike, you could use it with other figures, etc., etc., etc. But since the bike is separate, will anyone earnestly purchase this toy?
I'm willing to bet that the masked version will sell just to go with the bike. That's it. The unmasked version, that is peg warmer. That is super peg warmer, ugliest figure of the year. Maybe aside from that Clayface that's coming out. But yeah, definitely going to be peg warming.
I just, I don't see, unless maybe they only ship one per case or something. And even then.
Yeah, maybe if they do, like, if it's a short run, hopefully they'll make more masked figures than unmasked.
Yeah. But I mean, again, like, I get people buy the bike. I think the bike's great, but it's separate. So you don't have to buy this figure.
Right.
It's in its own box. So you do not need, if you want the bike, that's great. Right. It's right there. There's no ugly figure in that packaging. Get yourself a really nice bike. Fantastic. And I guess, the mass version, sure, but yeah, it doesn't work at all. Robert sends in a super chat. Thank you, Robert. Is that Hobo Batman? Just needs was that the stick with the little satchel on it accessory. Mama said, pop you out. The Unmask, I think, is an exclusive.
Ooh.
Well, the most peg warming exclusive of all time, next to what's that Masters of the Universe 2-pack?
Oh, the Rise of Evil.
Rise of Evil. Thank you, Rise of Evil 2-pack. But here's the thing, like Ken says, they'll probably reissue the entire figure with a better face sculpt, but it's so wonky with all the layers of clothes, which I get. He probably has like his bat suit under there or something, but
like the cape is all tucked up in there.
yeah, and that's why it looks so puffy. But like, why is this the look I need to see? Like, just have it be in the movie, but it's not like Superman coming out of the Daily Planet. It's such an iconic thing. And maybe this will be, again, maybe it'll be so iconic that we really want the 17 layers of clothes version of Bruce Wayne. That could very well be the case. I just don't see it happening. Dave's dimension. So this year's or the previous year's 2021 was the Eternals. Possibly there is a lot of Eternals stuff.
Eternals might also be 2022 peg warmer of the year. I don't think they're going to go anywhere, because even if they go to a discount store, they'll peg warm there too.
Probably. That's an interesting take, because it's nothing against Eternals. Because, like what's the other one? Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, I didn't really know the comic at all, but it's an amazing movie. Like, and I wanted all the figures for it, even though those figures, the first ones they made, were not that great. They made better ones later. And but yeah, Eternals just like they're not very compelling toys, I think. I don't know.
Yeah. I haven't seen the movie yet, so I can't really comment on the characters, but they just look like figures wearing
Tunics.
Sort of eccentric bathrobes.
Yeah, like I love the characters in the movie. The story I didn't dig so much, but I thought the characters were great in the movie. But yeah, their suits just don't, I don't know, they don't really pop. They're so similar, just different colors, that they don't like scream like these are cool toys that were on the shelf.
Yeah.
But I don't know, maybe somebody will buy them eventually. Maybe you can customize them. Maybe that's why it's peg warming as well. As like, how many people in robes do you need to customize? It's like, how many people in 17 layers of clothes do you need to customize? And that's why this one's a big one. Oh, Jason, well done. Well done. They'll be on the peg eternally.
Ah, yes, I see what you did there.
Well, you can get an official. Eternal peg warmer, eternally on the face. Eternal peg warming for eternity. Oh my gosh. Anywho, yeah. Again, the bike will be great. I think people will buy the bike.
Yep, absolutely.
Maybe it's too big for like a Captain America motorcycle too, but because this is 7-inch scale, but still, it looks awesome.
It'd be good for the Diamond Select cap. That's 7-inch scale. If it'll sit on it, because the articulation is not great.
Yep. Hold on. So where is it? I think Nick Dillinger said it. They call me Ranch because I be dressing. T-Ponder is right. Like, my stores have aisles and end caps hold the new Origins wave. Yeah, Targets were pretty well stocked around Christmas time with wave 7, even 6 and 7, which was great, which was really great for those that want to get them, because they're two great waves. The spaceman behind John, is he on steroids? Well, maybe John will share it in the toy halls for this week, because now we both have the spaceman suit. But anyway, Sam Newsman, the kids Netflix Motu stuff is sold out all over the place. Only 4 carded figs per case, and Walmart's only got 1 at a time. And when those 4 sell, it triggers the system to order another case of 4. Yeah, it's weird that the kids are, the CGI Netflix show, it's not very well stocked. I've only seen it at Walmart. I haven't seen anywhere else, and it's a good show that kids like. I would think that one would be the most available He-Man toy line right now, and it's honestly the least.
Yeah, right. You would think they would stock that like they stock Imaginext and things like that. But I think the biggest problem, or the biggest shame, is it's only 4 figure cases, but there's always one basic He-Man and Skeletor in the case. Even
Mhm.
when there was the P-Man He-Man, you got 2 He-Men in that case with
Yeah.
Skeletor and Evelyn.
Mhm. Yeah.
So you have to, like, for the system to order another set, you're gonna have to wait until that every extra He-Man and Skeletor,
Yeah.
the regular ones, sell out.
Mhm.
So, like, my Walmart right now has, like, 3 of each He-Man and Skeletor because they've
Yeah.
gotten in 3 cases since wave 1.
Yeah. It's a bummer. It's almost you have to like buy direct just to make sure you get all the secondary characters, which will be a pain.
Mhm.
And it's the same problem that Origins had for a bit because He-Man and Skeletor are peg formed.
Yep.
Which again, I hate to say, there's a time that you just want them always there so people could always buy them. So I hate that we think toys just being on the shelves is peg warming.
Right.
So I do want to be conscious and cognizant of that. But you're right, like you'd want other things on the shelves just because kids are gonna want those, they
Right.
like the other characters. Like my
Mhm.
kids freaking loved Orko in the CGI He-Man. And so if Orko's not easy to find, that's gonna, maybe tick people off. Um, but it's just that is what it is.
Mhm.
But yeah. Any other thoughts, John, on the Drifter Bruce Wayne? Or is there anything? I don't think there's anything else we can
I
say.
don't think there's anything
Final
else we can
thoughts.
say. I was
Final.
on the fence. I'll wait till my final judgment when I see it in real life, but I don't think I even have to wait that long.
Well, okay. What's percentage 1 to 100% likelihood that it'll show up in one of your toy hauls?
I'm gonna say, Urgh, I'm so bad. I'm gonna say 80% after the movie comes out, after I see the movie.
Oh, okay. 80%.
Yeah.
All right. People
Just
taking
just
bets at
just
home.
because I don't think,
Yeah.
I really don't think you'll buy it, and we've talked about it so much, one of us needs to talk about it
You know
with it
what?
in hand.
You're right. You're right. Yeah, I think we've given it so much flack that we
Mhm.
we probably both have to buy it to see if it's as bad in real
Mhm.
life.
Yeah.
We will fall on that sword. Oh my gosh. Anyways, yeah, Grace, I think you both should buy it. Yeah, I think so. Um just Grace, stop being fake fans, just buy all the things. Oh my god. All right. But if we didn't have a show where we talked about toys every single week, what would be your percentage of buying it? Likelihood.
Probably 0. Totally 0.
Yeah, exactly. You both have to buy it now.
I'll wait till I find it for $3 at my Walmart.
Oh my god. Oh, that's true. Your Walmart's special because then you get them for a lot cheaper. For $3, I'd buy that piece of crap.
Yeah.
Free reign as bad as Mutt Williams figure and bike. Listen, you had a few Mutt Williams figures
At
loose at
I
your
did
toy
at the
booth
show
today.
this weekend, yes. And while we were there, I bought more Indiana Jones online, and
You did.
I think there's another mutt in there that I won't be able to do anything with.
Oh my god. Okay. This is probably the worst version of Dan Larson's Boba set. What if you just collected Mutt figures?
Oh man.
Like if you army built Mutt Williams figures.
I have a feeling like if I did that and it got out there, like, and it was out in
Hmm.
the world,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he'd probably show up at my house.
You're telling me that Shia LaBeouf, beloved actor and
And
well-known, very level-headed, doesn't, fly off the rails or
doesn't do anything extreme for his
yeah.
roles
No,
ever.
no, yeah, just
Mm.
very, regular Joe, uh, Shia LaBeouf. You're saying you would be worried that if you did it as a joke, the fence would bring him to your doorstep.
Yes. And worried is the right term.
Oh my god, Trevor,
They call it the
Army
dog
build
pound.
mutt. You can call it the dog pound.
And this is not an invitation to send me mutts. My trash only gets picked up once a week.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah, I think I don't know. I think it'd be kind of cool. I'm just saying.
Yeah, somebody's got to do it.
Somebody.
It would be a very cheap army builder.
Right? Really cheap. You put 6 Durlers on those figures, and even then probably wouldn't have sold.
No.
Anyway. Moving on. Super 7. They release another pre-order, which I know they're stacking up.
Mm-hmm.
But this one does look pretty tantalizing. For the first time, Wave 2 of Simpsons Ultimates actually has me wanting to maybe buy them.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly for Krusty and Bartman. But it's a really solid wave. And it leaves me asking, like, should this have been the first one?
It
Wave?
probably should have. This is the first wave that I am really considering it. But not for Bartman. Bartman, I'm that's an easy pass for me.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the one I probably want the most.
No, I never got into like the Bartman comics
Mm-hmm.
or the video game or just anything. I just thought it was kind of unnecessary. It just seemed like why are they doing that? It's just kind of a money grab. But man, that Krusty looks great. The Duff Man looks great. Hank Scorpio looks amazing with his flamethrower.
Why is it? Yeah, too big. Yeah, no, they all look great. The Duff Man, but then the accessories too, I just think are fantastic. Wait, there you go. These are like pretty big heavy hitter characters for me. I
Yeah.
loved Bartman as a kid. For me, I watched The Simpsons since it premiered
Mm-hmm.
until my parents said I couldn't watch it anymore. But I made a few years before they said stop. So my parents were paying that much attention.
Yep.
Just eventually, hers like, wait, your son watches The Simpsons? That's bad. He says, don't have a cow, man.
I think I probably watched the first 12 seasons, 12 or 13 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really into it. Like when the Playmates figures came out, I collected those,
Mm-hmm.
mint in package. I never opened any of them.
Yeah.
I was like a real stickler for driving around looking for those when I first got my license.
Yep.
But man, these figures look really good. And did you watch Mad Hatter's video about these?
No, I haven't. I haven't done anything online this week, but it was good.
So yeah, he's really excited for these. But he made a really good point
What was his?
that Krusty, that one of his heads, he's smoking a cigarette.
Mm-hmm.
That he was surprised, and I'm surprised that is passing. Like that got approval.
That's a good point. Maybe they could say it's like, oh, it's a candy cigarette, right? Or
Right.
maybe
Yeah.
because it's an online exclusive.
Right.
Maybe that's how
But
they got away with it.
maybe.
I
But
don't
I
know.
mean, with Disney involved now, I thought like,
You're right.
who,
Disney owns that. Yeah, Disney
yeah,
owns. That's a
like
good point.
whoever sent this for approval, maybe they didn't, maybe they just like looked at it quick, they didn't see it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm surprised that we're getting
Oh
a
well, here you go.
cigarette smoking
Grace,
figure.
it's a lollipop though. So there you go. Maybe
Oh, it's a lollipop.
there you go.
Oh, and the end is on fire.
Well, no, he already chewed to the center of the Tootsie Roll Tootsie Pop, flipped it
Flipped
around.
it around. So the sticky side is out.
Yeah. And
that checks out. I'm sure the Disney people bought that.
Yeah, no, that is surprising for sure.
But I
It's
mean, they're making Duffman. He's a beer promoter. Why
yeah,
wouldn't they
exactly.
let a cigarette smoking clown pass the
Mhm.
bar?
'Cause yeah, even he's holding the cigarette right here.
Hmm.
So, yeah, it must be because it's a retail or not a non-retail release.
Right. Adult collector doesn't have to do the same, safety specifications and all that.
Mhm. Um, but still, I think, yeah, I think it's a great way. Still, $55 a pop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait and see what these do on the aftermarket,
Yeah.
and maybe try and pick them up loose,
Mhm.
previously owned.
Yeah, because for me, I wouldn't wanna be a completist.
Hmm.
I actually really dig the Bartman and, the Krusty, probably the 2 I would get out of this, but even then, I don't know, you know?
Hmm.
So expensive. Um, and they do so many pre-orders your money's tied up for so long that it's not as easy of an impulse purchase as maybe
Right.
some other types of toys.
Hmm. If we see these at a show, that's a good chance I'll pick one up.
Mhm.
But pre-order these is just a no for me.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed. Agreed with that. Um, Chris Esposito says they're so low detail, I can't justify $55 for what looks like a bigger Playmates figures. What's your thoughts on that? Because it's pretty accurate to the tune, which
Hmm.
means it's softer details. There's not as much that has to go into the sculpt. So does that devalue that, or does it make that $55 seem even more expensive than, say, a Super 7 Turtle or a Super 7 Thundercats, which has a lot of detail and stuff like that?
Hmm.
What's your thoughts on that?
Definitely. The the amount of paint apps on these is so low.
Mhm.
Look at Krusty.
Yeah.
There's so few paint apps. I mean, between him and Duffman, Duffman's got a lot of detail just
Mhm.
in text writing
Yeah.
on him, but it's all the same, just Duff, Duff,
Yeah.
Duff. Definitely. If you look at Ultimate's Bebop,
Mhm.
he's got tons of paint apps.
Yep.
A lot of work goes into that. These guys at the same price, really for less work that goes into them.
Mhm.
But on the other hand, what does Super 7 have to pay Disney for these? What's Disney
Yeah.
getting out of it? They probably
Mhm.
have a bigger cut than Nickelodeon does on Turtles,
Yep.
or whoever is getting paid for the Ultimates.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's if you're a diehard Simpsons fan and you've been like jonesing for some figures, I think these are great for you. But I think
Mhm,
for maybe the more broad collectors, which I think John, you and I are, and a lot of people in the chat, where we kind of collect a lot of different things and properties that we love. This one is a hard one to do if you're already into a couple Super 7 Ultimates toy lines.
mhm.
Um, and I wonder, Super Seven's approach to like they're fine with that. They're fine with just hitting Simpsons fanatics on one hand, and then
Mhm.
80s toy cartoons on the other.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. But I think that's how their model works out for them. These will probably be a much shorter run than, Silverhawks
hmm
and Turtles and Thundercats, but they probably planned for that. I assume that's why everything has that $50 price point.
hmm
They set the price and they'll work around that.
yeah,
I wish that they had something else, something around a $30 price point for us.
yeah. No, I agree with that 100%. But again, it's hard to say too until we see them in hand, right? I think that's
Mhm,
another part of this, and again, like it, kind of pick your poison. There's
mhm,
the alternate where it's like trying to find it in retail, which can be really stressful. But this one's getting harder and harder because you're kind of just keep putting money down on spec and alone and not knowing for sure what the figure is going to be like. And for a lot of these, it's like I kind of like to see these because for maybe some of the Ultimates lines that kind of have that Four Horsemen feel
mhm.
like a Masters of the Universe Classics, you kind of already in your head know what to expect to a certain degree.
Yeah.
Versus these, where it's like, I have no idea what these are going to be like in hand.
Mhm.
And so
And
I think that's probably some feedback.
yeah, and there's so many other figures from their Ultimates line that are with the body type that's more like the Simpsons, like the SpongeBob stuff, the Ren and Stimpy stuff, everything that they've done so far, the Disney figures
Mm-hmm.
that we haven't seen yet.
No. And we need to see him. We need to see him. Even though they did the kind of an update on the Thunder Tank, which looked pretty good. I don't think it was a painted one, but
Yeah,
still cool to
and
see.
I mean, it's massive.
It's huge.
That's what she said.
But I it's making me a little stressed, to be honest, as I'm trying to figure out that area over there. But it's gonna be fine. It's gonna work great.
You're gonna hang it upside down from the ceiling.
I mean, if you watch my latest tour, you saw the area I'm going to do it. I'm going to take all that stuff out. I'm going to build a nice big shelf. It's going to be great. I'm going to put a bunch of lighting in there. It's going to be dope.
Will you go any further with the figures, or is this just going to be?
I'm just going to do kind of the mains and just like the core cats, maybe a couple bads, and that's it. Because I have a pretty good vintage collection, and I have just about every character I'd want in the vintage collection. So really for me, for Super 7 Thundercats Ultimates, it's about the display with the big Thunder Tank and some of the figures and stuff like that. I don't need to be super completist. And it's coming to that, it'll be that level for me too on TMNT Ultimates but I'll be a little bit more into that long term, just because for me, the first 2 or 3 years of releases for TMNT, I love those characters so much. So I have a little bit more runway on that one than Thundercats, which maybe 8 or 9 characters that I would really want on that display. But I don't know. What's your thoughts there on that, John?
I think you're going to go a little deeper than that.
Oh, come on!
I think once again, if we were at a show and say they made like the Burbles or something, you'd be like, "Oh man, I need to get those."
Burbles.
I need to get those. And then if you saw something else, I need to get that because I got a space that will fit.
You're right. That's another part of it too. Like it's 7 right now in my head because I don't know the space. So once I see the space, and once I get all laid out, I was like, I could probably fit about 7 more in there. Then I'll definitely do it. You're 100% right. You're 100% right. But I'm definitely, and I'm with comics on this, I'm definitely cherry picking it much more than the TMNT line, which I'm all in right now. I do think there is a saturation point though with me, even for TMNT, where I probably will dip out. But I'm all in for a lot longer than I think Thundercats, which I definitely will be cherry picking.
Yeah, me too. I'm going to be all in on TMNT. I haven't seen any yet that I don't want. Absolutely, I want everything so far.
Yeah. And comics totally agree. Well, Burbles are little guys; they don't really count. Agreed. That doesn't count.
They'll still be $55 each, unless they do a multi-pack.
It better be a 3-pack for $55. I'm telling you that right now, Super 7. If it's a 1 Burble for $55, you will not be spoken of kindly here.
Because they're just repaints, except aside from the bow.
Yeah, it needs to at least be a 3-pack. I mean, maybe 2-pack, but that's what they'll do. Or they'll do a 1-pack with like 7 heads or something. I don't know. But yeah,
get you anyway that way, because then you got to buy 3 for the extra bodies. They give you all the heads you want. You just need the bodies.
Jesus. Yeah, and I agree with Nick. There's still so many TMNT heavy hitters coming. Absolutely, like that's why for me, like I know I'm all in on Super 7 TMNT a lot longer than Thundercats, where it's like even my vintage display, I have way more Turtles figures and characters that I love compared to the Thundercats. But I think it's just the show too for me. But anyway, all right. Gray Skull, just stop it. I need a Super Mario Ultimate line Super 7. But there's a lot of really good, I think, Mario figures that are in a smaller scale. Like I don't know if you'd want like that big ultimate scale on Mario, but man, I could be wrong. I love Mario. I just don't love it $55 a figure much.
Yeah.
But all right, John, next up is something that really not shocked, but kind of just maybe pleasantly surprised. The pre-orders for the Lords of Power toys by 4Mo Toys are going up on January, I believe 18th.
Yep.
At
12 Eastern.
Noon Eastern Standard Time on 4motoys.com. If you have forgotten what these are, let me just go to those figures. And John, why don't you do a little voiceover here of what are the Lords of Power figures trying to accomplish?
Pretty much a real authentic throwback Masters of the Universe prototype style sword and sorcery, with help from Mark Taylor on design.
Mhm.
It's super 80s in today's world.
Yeah. They look freaking awesome.
They do. They look amazing. And even though there's no like knee or elbow articulation,
Mhm.
like I kind of appreciate that. They're really going for like real vintage, sort of like
Mhm.
what Zolo Toys does or Zolo World.
Mhm. Yeah. Because this was one of like the original Mark Taylor kind of concepts for He-Man, wasn't it? This kind of look.
Yeah, it's pretty much spot on with the helmet just like that, and even the colors on the jeweled colors on the helmet, everything.
Yeah. It looks really good. I don't need to accept cookies. Get out of here. Get out of here, cookies. Yeah, it looks great. And yeah, and like even like Karem, the translucent blue,
Mm-hmm.
like straight genie. That's awesome. Zarella. Like they just like the paint apps on this. And I get these are probably paint masters, but they just look fantastic.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to be willing to bet the paint looks just as well, just as good. The only thing I'd be worried about is the eyes.
Yep. Yep. But even the sculpting they've done on the eyes makes me believe they're gonna look good.
Mm-hmm.
Like the sculpting there looks really solid. It's not just kind of like paint smashed into an eye or something. Um, thoughts on like how did Mattel let them get the Lords of Power? Clearly they were able to because they would have been cease and desist already by this point because they announced these like 3 or 4 or 5 months ago or something.
Yeah, these have been happening for probably close to a year, if not more.
Yeah,
just the marketing starting on these
I mean,
when they started showing individual figures one at a time.
is Pantera going to sue them over this? Because this one's called Pantera. Also,
Maybe
that's a lot of figure booty there on that figure.
might get a cease and desist from Phil Anselmo.
All right. The adversary.
It's web store.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mohawked web store.
But no, yeah, I think they look great. So the pre-orders go up on January 18th, which is when is that? Is that next week? Next, what is it now?
Is that a Tuesday?
It is a Tuesday. So it's not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday. You can pre-order a full set of 6 carded Lords of Power figures. Each figure also include a part of the Divine Armor. Complete the Divine Armor figure with all full set of 6 figures, and it'll be a 7th, I guess, figure, right? Build a figure to a certain extent, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they're also doing, so there's 2 types of pre-orders. There is the regular set for $179.94 plus shipping and handling. But there's an early bird kit for $200, so about $20 more. And it includes an early bird kit that we'll get in May of 2022. The regular release, the rest of the figures, even if you do the regular one, I think come out late 2022, probably Christmas 2022, something like that.
Yep.
But this set, the early bird set, is this awesome cardboard cutout of this sweet castle with a freaking dragon coming out of it. Plus little cutouts of the figures. I really want this early bird set. It looks so freaking cool.
Yeah. This is such like a wink at like color forms and shrinky dinks,
Yes.
things just like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm going to guess that these things are maybe, I don't know, maybe an inch, 2 inches tall. I don't think they're going to be that big. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I'll be surprised if they are, 5.5 inch standees,
Yeah.
but I don't care. I really don't care about the figures. That playset thing is is too cool.
It looks so good. It looks so good. I love having just a backdrop for the figures because hopefully it scales well enough to like this will be a really neat backdrop to put the
Yeah.
figures in front of once you get them.
Yep.
And if they can pull that off, I could care less about the little figure standouts. But I love this approach. Like it's so clever
Mm-hmm.
because we've talked about, and this isn't. I'm not trying to say Super 7, you should do this, but it's just in a world where there's so many pre-orders, Kickstarter, whatever, HasLab, whatever you want to call it, and you have to wait a year and a half or something. And I think you've mentioned before that HasLab did this with the sail barge, but I think more companies should do this if they can pull it off. Like putting out something like, hey, if you pre-order this, you can kind of get this thing that kind of tides you over a little bit until the actual thing comes.
Yep.
And this kind of it's such a neat bonus that I would easily give an extra $20 to get this.
Yeah.
And I think it's brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not like we're even going to have to wait that long.
Exactly.
It's pre-orders are in a week and a half, and this will be here in 3.5 months.
Yeah, exactly. It's 3.5 or 4 months, something like that. So like within a quarter almost, you're gonna get this.
Yeah.
And so in a world where we've done so many pre-orders and it's like, all right, I put that money in, I guess I'll see this thing in a year and a half.
I hope I'm still here.
Yes. Like it shows up, you're like, oh yeah, that's right. That's what I wasted my money on 2 years ago. That you could actually get something like pretty soon, pretty quick. And it's so simple. Like I understand that, but it's such a clever way to use such a simple idea to I think really make toy geeks and toy fans happy. And I think it's absolutely brilliant. There's no limitation on this, by the way, because I think we both looked at it was it yesterday when we were talking about it at the toy show. And so there's no limitation on this either. So they can sell as many of these as they want. So I hope they're at least making $10 on every single one of these pre-orders because I think it's a really good idea. And I think this company, formoretoys.com, should be rewarded for it because I think it's a brilliant idea. And I hope that they have pretty good margin on this and that they make a lot of money because I absolutely think it is something that more and more toy producers, makers should do. I think it's really neat because I just genuinely want it. But it's a really nice add to a set of figures that I was going to pre-order anyway. So I think it's great.
Yep, absolutely. Nice little bonus. Little tide you over, put something on your shelf while you're waiting.
Exactly, and it keeps it in your mind too, which is good. Pop Actor has a great question here. I wonder if Mark Taylor had more figures in mind. So rest in peace, Mark Taylor. Absolute legend for toy collectors out there, making some of our favorites beyond just Motu as well. But I wonder, like, did he have a whole bunch of like figure designs kind of just in the wings? Is this like a Tupac or Prince situation where they just have like he's got like a back catalog that you just keep pumping out figures for decades? What do you think? Do you think that'd be something that could happen for Mark Taylor's legacy?
Yeah, definitely. I bet there's a sketchbook with another 50 figures colored, ready for sculpting and just, like his idea book. And like you said, like it's probably like a band that has, 40 songs. Which one do we put on the album? Which wave do we put out first?
Yeah.
I mean, it's only 6 figures. I imagine he designed way more than 6 figures for this.
I really hope so because I think it's just a really neat way. Again, we're all going to pass away one day. It's can't change that fact. But it's like it's the legacy. What do you leave behind? And I hope that there's a lot of his designs that are still unseen that even though he passed away recently, maybe years from now, we could still be getting new Mark Taylor figures. It would be really cool. I think that's really neat. And who knows? I don't know the situation. I don't know how many he's done and how many gave them, or because I think Justin said Formo Toys has all of Mark Taylor's concepts, so I don't know how many they have. I hope they have a lot, so that we're still saying 5 years from now, it's like, oh, it's another Mark Taylor figure design. Like, that's really cool.
Yep.
And it'd be really neat if this line could do something like that long term. But yes, we'll probably talk about it a little bit more next week as well, because the pre-order does open up on the 18th. It's a pretty long window too. It's January 18th to March 6th. So it's a pretty good window.
Yep. And I'm going to assume that this will be a paid in full upfront situation, so that they can, company starting out needs the cash.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely. And again, I would be gladly handing over the cash.
Yep.
On January 18th.
Some of my toy show money's already earmarked.
Yeah, exact same. Pop Actor, I'm not dying. It's the last thing I do. Good for you. You're the one that figured it out. I'm happy for you. I really am. All right. I think that's it for toy news. I did want to before it just if somebody that other party wagon. I'm blanking on who made it. I know. Near on Mad Hatter talked about it. I know it's kind of going around. A bunch of people were talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
But can somebody remind me the name of it? So I can pull it up real quick. But John, I have backed the party wagon on Super 7. Yep. You have said no. So I wanted to know, are you going to go after this third party wagon?
Still probably not. Still probably not. I think just for Turtles, I'm going to just stick with the figures, regardless of what comes out. Only because recently starting back into Ghostbusters, there's only so much space and money.
True.
And I got a lot of Ghostbusters to catch up on.
Yeah. Now, I respect that. I respect that a lot. And I think this is the one he was talking about. We talked about.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So it's 276. I don't love it. I think the Super 7 one. I know Super 7 one's not perfect, but I think that one looks better. But what's your thoughts on this look?
I do kind of like it a little bit more than Super 7's.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I first seen Super 7, I did not like the design at all. It looked too rounded. It wasn't enough vintage toy for me.
Yeah.
Even though this one isn't exactly vintage toy, this is a little bit closer to what I do like.
Mm-hmm.
But even still, it's too big. It's just after a while, I know I would just look at it and say, I'm going to sell this. This is if you put figures in it, you can't even see them unless you have it on the floor and you have the roof open.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just knowing that your figures are in there is just like, I'd rather have the figures just standing up on the shelf or falling over on the shelf.
Yeah, it's for me. I still do dig the Super 7 one, but I think at this point we're all just waiting. And I'm with we're all just waiting to see what NECA does.
Yeah. Michael Miller. This was 3D printed as far as I know. Everything was printed.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like saying mold is soap, paint is blah. The thing with like 3D printed, or at least in my experience, 3D printed stuff. Or when you paint it, it just doesn't look that good.
Yeah. It depends on the printer and
True.
And also the painter.
Yeah. That's true. That's very true. All right, John, you and I set up at the Raleigh Toy Show this weekend, the Inside Pitch Raleigh Toy Show this weekend. And it was a lot of fun to do. Is this no? You did the September one. I'll say you took a little while off during the peak of the COVID pandemic. but with vaccines and all kinds of stuff, I did too. But it's like, all right, we're ready to go back out there and set up. So, this one I felt like kind of snuck up on me for sure, but it was really fun to set up and hang out with our friends and try to find some stuff. But for Toy Halls this week, this is what happened to me. And maybe some other people maybe have this problem sometimes. You go to a show, a convention or something like that, and you got cash. I had fresh Christmas cash. I had that fresh Christmas paper. And so I wanted to buy things, but there wasn't. I did buy things, so I do have things for the Toy Halls today, including stuff I got from you, my friend. But it's just like, you ever have that where it's just like, I got the money, come on, give me the good stuff, and there just wasn't anything. There wasn't any like heavy hitters that I need to complete things, and yeah, so it was kind of. It was a little bit frustrating that end, but it was still really fun to be there and to hang out with our friends and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I definitely, there was just like, how many times did I just walk around and be like, all right, maybe I missed something. Let me see if I can just find something. And it wasn't as plentiful as I was hoping it would be.
Yeah. You were like, what is it? Shoot. Like a vulture. Like just hovering over, and even with the cards, you didn't find any cards.
No, I mean I bought some cards, but nothing like, oh, this was the one I wanted.
And there really wasn't a lot of. No, there was some good stuff. There was some rarities.
Yep.
Throughout the entire place, but really nothing to, to justify spending the money on.
Yep. Exactly. And you talked me out, you smartly talked me out of one of our friends, Mike. He had, and I always feel bad when it's like selling the childhood collection, but he had his like original Visionary set, and it was like the first 11 figures. I think most of them were complete, but he was asking like what you would ask for your childhood figures, like that you probably don't want to sell. And I think it was like $450, and you're like, yeah, it's like $50 something a figure. That's basically retail. You're not getting like a bundled deal on all of those figures. And so I was like, yeah, that's just too much. That was the one I was like, hey, if either I made a ton of money, maybe they could have came down like $100, I might have jumped at it, but that was a pass for sure.
Yeah.
Comics agrees. I've gone to toy shows with $100. I can barely find $20 worth of stuff I want to buy. Then I went to a small toy shop once. I didn't know how to spend any money, and I spent $125. But yeah, it was tough, but I did find some things. John, you, I think, have a ton of stuff. Do you want to go first tonight?
I do.
Right,
I got a lot of stuff. I got a whole bunch.
All right.
So I'll start with non-toy show halls. And that is number one, speaking of movie stars we lost, or just television stars we lost.
Yeah.
I had to do it. I had to get her. Because, thank you for being a friend.
Being a friend.
and I wanted to get this pretty much soon after they announced them, but I just never saw them in stores or anywhere. Probably 30 seconds after finding out that she passed, I went right on eBay and bought it.
Yeah.
And I got it for like $40 with free shipping. And then probably within 5 or 10 minutes, they all shot up to like $150 immediately. And people turned them into auctions, and they were up over $100 with bids immediately.
Dang. Well, you got it just in time.
Yeah, and I figured my my purchase would get canceled, and they would just refund me, so they could sell it for 8 times the money, and they shipped it.
Oh, that's great. That's good.
Yeah. And next up, another Walmart pre-order that showed up.
Ooh, very nice.
Yeah, the Batman Who Laughs and Earth 22 Robins. The one thing that I was expecting is the Batman Who Laughs carries all the Robins around with chains around their necks.
Yep.
And there's no chains.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they kept the loops on the Robin's necks, like where the chain would attach right there.
Mhm.
And he's even posed like he should be holding each one by the
Oh,
chain,
yeah. Maybe they
and
check it
nothing,
out or something?
nothing. No, there's no chains at all.
Huh. Maybe it's
I
just to
thought
pretend the chains.
the air chains.
They're air chains.
So pretty much because of that, I might get rid of this.
What if you went and found your own you went to the chain store and you
If I
found
went to the
itty bitty
chain
little
store
chains, and then you put it on.
and I saw 2 chains, and I was like, "Can you hook me up with some chains? You got some of those chains?"
Not even those chains in
I don't know, maybe.
there. Probably you hated Golden Girls. I'm sorry. I don't trust
Oh,
anyone that hates Golden Girls.
oh no, Golden Girls is the
It is
yeah.
one of the best, and it's a sitcom from the 80s into the 90s or whatever, but it's still funny today. Like
Yes.
sometimes sitcoms don't age well, but that one is still just as good.
Mhm. And there's surprising a lot of stuff in that show that would not fly today.
Well, yeah,
And I'm
it's
surprised that they still air some of the episodes.
that's like a lot of comedies though,
Yeah.
like over time. But
Yeah.
even The Office and stuff like that, just like, oh, that one fly today. But like Golden Girls is so freaking good.
Mhm.
I adore that show.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. And Alice and Troy, they do need to reissue those reaction figures because they were like $300 or $400 for that 4-pack.
mhm,
They got stupid expensive.
yeah. I
Really
wonder if now
expensive.
too, like with the passing of Betty White, the last living Golden Girl, if
Mhm.
they'll kind of do reissues and stuff. They should,
Yeah, they
because like
should.
$150 for that's just too much. Like, and they kind of do the same thing with like Black Man when he died. They all shot up and everything like that. But
Mhm.
hopefully hopefully they release more and kind of bring down the price because I think for especially if you got one, you want all the Golden Girls. You don't want just one.
Right. Yeah.
That'd be a bummer if it
You
stayed that.
need you need everything. And maybe like maybe a little kitchen display, some cheesecake, the whole
Yes,
bit
yes,
so you can do a display. Yeah.
yes.
Maybe
Uh,
Stan comes in.
Out of the three, who are you, John? Who are you? Are you?
Um Probably Sophia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I can see that. I can
Mhm.
see that.
Yep.
Um, I think I would be a mix of I don't know, a mix of all three. Maybe a bit more Blanche than anything,
Mhm.
but I love them all. I love it, and I love that they because what was it? The herring circus scene. They kept replaying that because Betty White, I guess, ad-libbed that entire thing.
Mhm.
Ah, it's so good. So freaking good. Anyway,
Anyway,
there
back to the
you go.
toy halls.
I was Blanche in my college days, but now I'm Dorothy. Nothing wrong with that.
No,
Wrong
no,
with
you got to Dorothy sometime.
Oh my God, Overman. Golden Girls Ultimates with a Build-A-Stand.
Oh man, yes. Remember when Stan had that monkey when he was going through
Ah,
therapy? Do you remember that?
what's that?
Do you remember when Stan was going to see a therapist and he had to talk to a monkey? Like that was his
Yes.
therapy doll.
Oh my God. Oh, sorry. Terry is saying, a lot of people are saying chains in the bottom of the box says Terry.
Really?
It's chains in a box. Where's
I
Terry?
hope so. I hope so.
I want to go back to Terry. Make sure I give credit to Terry. Where are you, Terry? Where are you? Or say it again, Terry. I did see. I'm sorry, Ryan. I missed your thing. Sorry, I'm late. Please repeat everything. A sure thing. Here we go.
All right. Well, the Batman's still ugly. The Simpsons look good. What else was there? Oh, Lords of Power figures are coming. Don't forget to pre-order.
Yep. It's January 18th. So Terry
I
says
bought this.
you have to open the box. Apparently the chains are in there.
Okay. Well, thank you.
So there you go.
All right.
Inside the box on the bottom.
That's what she said.
All right. What's next?
What's next? Year 2 Batman finally showed up.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that looks
Yes.
so freaking cool.
It is so nice. It's so great. I can't wait to open it up.
Hold on. Terry said, I hope I'm right. I heard it on Facebook.
Then it's probably right. It's got to be.
Well, yeah, if you heard it on Facebook, it's definitely right.
Yeah, it's definitely up there. Yep.
Oh, wait. Labrat says, jiggle the box. Jiggle the box. Do you hear any chains if you jiggle the box?
Nope.
Maybe they're just taped. Really.
I think Facebook is wrong.
What? Never. If you can't trust Facebook, then I don't know what's going on in the world anymore.
If somebody says it on Twitter, maybe.
Oh my god. I guess Target canceled a lot of those pre-orders, so I guess you're lucky that you got your sets.
Yeah, they canceled my initial set. The first one, they did cancel it when they canceled everybody's. And then most people got a $5 Target gift card apology. And then I used that $5 gift card to reorder it as soon as it came back up for pre-order.
Oh,
and
there you go.
Here it is for $5 cheaper.
People are asking, John, live unboxing. Open it. Are you open? I don't want you to feel pressure. This is a peer pressure situation. So I want to give you protection and a safe space to say.
If I don't have any, like, I wish I had a knife or something with me right here.
You have anything,
anything to cut this tape?
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then if you can't do it, don't stress it. Don't stress it.
Next time on Toy Geeks, are the chains in there?
Tune in, hit the subscribe button and that bell icon. What else, my friend? What else you got? Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Found it in the wild. And they did not have the Surfer Batman and Joker.
Good.
With this, I was surprised. I wasn't going to buy them. I don't need those ones. But seems like everybody that's finding Riddler is finding a couple of the Surfer figures.
That's what it was for me. Like it was the one Riddler and a bunch of not a bunch, but I don't know. One is too many, but I feel like it was maybe like 4 of the Surfer figures. When I saw it.
Yeah, I didn't see any at all. And then our friend Gary hooked me up, helped me out with barbecue.
Whoo, that looks nice.
And this is an awesome figure.
That looks real nice. Real nice.
Yep. And I was just so done with classifieds, only because few and far between.
Yep.
It sucked me right back in. That's it for non-toy show hauls.
Okay. All right.
My first toy show haul, I picked up from our friend Mike, who was selling the Visionaries. He had this Raygoth from Power Lords.
Nice.
It's really nice. The little sticker there is always punched through because there's like a screw that holds them together right there, and it's always punched through. So it's nice.
Oh, that looks good.
I just need to find his gun.
Mm-hmm.
And then the guy set up across from us. He had this elf.
Yes.
And this elf was put out by Coleco for the cartoon back in the day, and he came with this spaceship.
Yeah.
So I had the spaceship already, figuring I would never find the elf to go with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I seen that guy have this, I was, I wasn't sure that this was the correct elf because I thought he might be smaller because he doesn't really fit in it.
Yeah.
It looks more like a carnival ride. But I was super stoked to find him.
Yeah, that was neat. I saw that happen in real life. I was like, I don't know if it's so it was really cool. That was really cool.
Yep. And then while I was looking for these
Nikes, John, damn it. I didn't give you the
no. Nope. And I was planning on doing some coloring tomorrow.
Dang it. It's right here. It's sat here this whole time. And what I told you yesterday, I was like, I gotta bring it tomorrow.
Yep. You
I'm
did
sorry.
say that. You did say that.
I'm the worst person, friend, whatever in the world. I forget things so easily. I'm so sorry.
I added 2 Ghostbusters to the collection.
Yes.
I got the Screaming Heroes Egon. Boop boop. And I do have his
Blue Ghost. Nice.
Blue Ghost, the Screamer. I have the was it like a drill accessory or something that he came with?
It's like a little, you can even say it's like a Geiger meter, but it's a little yellow, another little yellow.
It kind of looks like a little jackhammer or something. I have that. I have to find it. But Keith, our friend Keith, had
Mhm.
Egon, and I had the accessories, so that was
Nice.
a insta buy.
Nice.
And then somebody else who I haggled with over the Slimed Heroes Venkman.
And you had the mask already.
Yeah, the only I actually had all of his accessories. I did have the proton pack as well,
Mhm.
unbroken.
Yep.
So he had the figure with the pack and the squirter,
Yep.
and he's in really nice shape.
Yeah, he is. He looks great. I love Slime Heroes. The reason I love Slime Heroes is, for me personally, the everyone knows it's my favorite toy line of all time. But in what I saw in retail, the last figures I saw in retail were the Power Pack Heroes. I never saw the Slime Heroes or the Ectoglow Heroes. I never saw them. I think it's like, I don't know, it's just maybe just the timeline when I went to a toy store or whatever, it wasn't as widely. So I never saw the Slimed Heroes until I went to a flea market or a swap meet or something, maybe 4 years later, and I saw wait, what?
Ryan.
That's what she's.
So when I saw it, I think at the Kobe swap meet, like 2 or 3 years later, I was like, "What? A purple proton pack?" And what? It blew my mind. So I love the Slime Heroes a lot.
Yeah, and I actually really like the Power Pack Heroes too. I can't wait
Oh
to get
yeah.
those because I have all the pieces for them.
Mhm.
Just need the figs.
Yep. I
And
love the only ones I didn't like so much were the Super Fright features. I didn't really like the spacesuits that much. Those always kind of
Mhm.
bug me. Um, but if you're being a completist, you have to have them. I have my originals from when I was a kid, but I don't mean to display them. That's how much I don't like them.
Really?
I don't like the Super Fright features figures. I just have never liked them. So in my display, I think I have every. Actually, I don't represent the Screaming Heroes either, even though I do like the Screaming Heroes.
Mhm.
But all of mine are based on either Fright features or all the other ones.
Mhm. Last but not least, this guy,
Yeah.
the spacesuit. Finally picked him up. And it is bigger than I thought it was going to be.
She said.
I was waiting. It's about with the little radar thing on the top, it's about 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's real nice. And of course, that is from our friend Shannon Griffin, who hangs out in the chat.
He does. He was here earlier. I don't know if he stuck around. It might have been a just like say hey and then dip out kind of
Right.
thing.
Mhm.
But it's awesome. I got one too. I think I showed it a couple weeks ago or a month ago or whatever. It's in my music room next to my amp. So it's awesome. I think it's great. You had a couple people ask you like is that for sale or whatever? So it looks great.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm super stoked about it. I kind of want the weapons rack.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So Shannon, get on that, please, if you could. Ryan's with me. I'm with you. The Super Fright features were not gear. Yeah, I as a kid, I just didn't like them. I was like, this is stupid. I guess what was the episode where they went into space? Ain't necessarily so. Like that, I guess that was like the one I was like, oh, it's like one episode, but I just didn't like them. I really didn't like them. Anywho, there you go. I can make it happen. Shannon's still here. Shannon.
Thank you. We got to figure out the trade on this guy.
Wait, he just gave it to you? He charged me like $700.
Oh man. You paid for mine too. No, I did a future trade with him on a New Adventures Battle Punch He-Man for his Ghostbusters Plasma Series Wave 1.
Ah, yes.
So we got to figure out something else he wants.
Plasma Series has kind of had a glow up where, the clearance Plasma Series Ecto 1 is now like 70 something, $100. Like, what is going on? That's, that's a whole Optimus Prime. Listen, I tried to sell the Optimus Prime this week, right, John?
Yep.
I worked hard.
You did. You gave demonstrations, and furthermore, you should have charged for those demonstrations. You should have been like, because at one point there was like a dozen people standing around
was.
watching Optimus. People were just walking by, and then they stop, turn, and they sat there for a good 5 minutes.
They did. Like, so like there was something that wanted to see it. I was like, it's Sunday, it's really slow. Whatever, I'm bored. Let's do this. And yeah, I remember looking back. I was like, oh wait, there's a crowd that has gathered around this Optimus Prime. Anyway.
And he stopped working correctly because there was so much background noise of people talking.
Kind of freaked
Optimus didn't know who to take commands from.
And the thing that I don't know if that was why, but it like Optimus went down to this crouched position, and I think the anxiety got to him. I was like, it's all right, Optimus, go to your safe space. Go to your safe space.
That's a hidden feature when you freak them out.
Oh my god. Anyway. All right. Is it my turn, my friend?
Yes, sir. I'm all done.
All right. Let me kick this thing off with my pre-toy show hauls, which is light. But I found the Droids C-3PO at Target. And if I remember correctly from the last Toy Anxiety, I just have some. They're saying there was like peg warming for them. I haven't seen it peg warm. I just went to the Briar Creek Target and they had 3 sitting there. And the paint was not great on all 3 of them. This was the best looking paint because the eyes, I don't even, you probably can't even see it because it's just not going to show. But at least the eyes on this one were kind of centered. But all the other ones, the eyes were like looking up or looking, they were kind of looking in weird directions. Also Hasbro, and I think Jake from Four Limbs has called this out as well. Like, do we still have to use this one where all the arm, like his external plates pop off? Like, just give me a solid C-3PO in this colorway.
Really? He's the pop-off plate figure?
Yes. Like,
why do they do that? Why do they do that?
It was neat once. Don't ever do it again. All that being said, one of the dealers, he has a shop called the Star Wars Store. He had a real droids. I would love the C-3PO and R2-D2. Like, talking about grails for me, those are definitely grails. But in the meantime, this $12 figure will do.
Yeah. You gonna open it?
Totally. Should I not open it?
You gonna glue the plates on?
I'm gonna have to. It's like when they did the Darth Vader with the removable helmet. Like, it's cool one time, just don't ever do it again because it's just like if the helmet doesn't stay on.
The helmet doesn't stay on, and it's not like it doesn't fit right. Like the top of the helmet doesn't line up with like the bottom where like just below the mouth.
It's so yeah, exactly. What I didn't know how to pop off. Why is Hasbro Star Wars like this? I don't know. By the way, I'm really excited for Toy Anxiety this week because Craig, I don't know if he's posted anywhere yet, but he got a playset.
Yeah, he did.
And
that's a little bit more than a playset. That's like a little bit more than a playset. That's a house accessory.
And I think he shared the picture after I was already gone. I was showing John as well, but him trying to set it up right now in his toy room. He sent pictures to the group chat that I'm in with them, and it is it's really fun to watch. And I hope Craig, if you're watching this right now, as you're documenting this for just the couple of us that are in that chat, you need to make sure you share it on your channel in some form or fashion because I'm really enjoying Ryan, I'm not gonna plus that in, you son of a gun. Oh my god. Anyway, Craig, if you're out there, I know you've taken pictures, I've seen them as you're putting it together, but just if you could just have those at the ready for when you talk about this on Toy Anxiety this week. That's all I'll say, but just you all should go to it because I'm really curious to see how that goes. And then this is a toy, but in the most purest sense, it's not a hula hoop. But my kids are like, they got these cheap yo-yos, and they're like, "Oh, Dad, like, how do you do all these tricks?" And I used to do a few tricks back in the day, so I went and I got myself a yo-yo. But this is like the new Hornet yo-yo or something.
Is that the Boy Scouts logo on it?
No, this is like the old Imperial, like yo-yo logo or whatever.
Huh.
Like their old 50s one. But but it has like a ball bearing thing and it can sleep really easy. So I was like already able to do all the cool tricks with it.
Yeah.
So yo-yos, man.
Well, that's cool.
All right. Is this the Boy Scouts logo? I thought it was the old Imperial logo. I don't know. I just thought it was cool and kind of retro looking.
I thought it was Boy Scouts.
Maybe it is. I was never a Boy Scout.
Me either. I just kind of recognize it.
I was way too poor to do anything like that. But I had friends that were in it, and I was jealous of the downhill derby thing. That's the only thing I really want to do was the wooden car thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Jada goes, I'm somewhat of a yo-yoer myself. Oh man, yo-yo ball. Yo-yo ball was so cool because before I could figure out how to yo-yo ball just like did all the work for you. Oh my god. All right.
American yo-yos.
American yo-yos. It's a Quebec yo-yo. Quebec. Oh, really? Yeah, I thought that was the old Imperial for Duncan. I don't know what that is. I just thought it looked kind of cool. Watch it be some type of like super right-wing thing. Not what I meant. I just thought it looked neat. Anyway. Okay, what I got the show. From you, I got this gigawatt.
Yep.
So I think, when did you get that huge Transformers collection? Was it like 3 months ago?
Yeah, probably maybe like 6 months ago. I can't remember when that was. But I knew that you said you wanted it, and I had one that the package wasn't perfect.
Yeah, it's kind of beat up.
And I knew you'd be an opener.
Yep, exactly. I don't give a crap. So I got a really good deal. I think you sold them for $20, which you're probably being way too nice to me.
Well, it was part of that bundle deal with the albums.
That's right. I bought a bunch of records for me, but those aren't toys. I don't want to get yelled at. But yeah. So I got that. The same guy you got that Al from. I forgot this guy's name. What's this guy's name?
Radiation Ranger.
That's right, Radiation Ranger. It's the one. Curious enough, it's the one Crusaders figure I don't have. I think most of mine I got from you. You had a collection of them that I bought years ago.
Yep.
But I needed this one, even though it has no accessories. But the paint and everything's pretty good. He's not too beat up.
I come across his accessories quite a bit. I'll keep an eye out.
Thank you, my friend. There's also these people that sometimes they do these Motu Origins bubble cases.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's called Malayan Plastics. You see that right there? And I guess the batch that they did for the next one kind of got messed up a little bit. So they were selling these for $1 a piece. So our buddy Gary wanted some. I bought him 5, and then I bought 15 for myself, just for some of the ones that I want to keep nice. Am I collecting Toxic? You should, because Toxic Crusaders is it's one of the greatest lines. If you love like just colors that pop and really stand out on your shelf, like this is the most color popping line ever, right?
Yeah. Those look so good on the shelf, and the vehicles too. You know, that surfboard and
yes,
I can't remember what that other thing is
sail
called.
thing. Like I don't. I would love that. I have the little surfboard thingy. I have that, but I'd love that sail boat.
Yeah, the sail thing is like it's not a play set, but it's big, isn't it? That can hold like 3 figures, maybe.
But just these colors. Oh, I love these colors. And then I found a whole bunch of card backs, Turtles card backs. So Casey Jones is my fave. I have a mock Casey Jones, but still, that I got from you.
Yeah. That was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. But anyways, got that. And then Scale Tail, which
That's a good one.
Yet. And then they had the Hollywood, or I'm sorry, the Universal Monsters figures. So there's Dracula. And then this one still had the little baggie on it with the Universal Studios, and so that was pretty dope. It's still taped onto the card. And then they also had the Cyber Samurai.
This is some good card backs,
right? And it was just this guy that had random stuff, and so like not even had no turtles, but just had these cards sitting there, and had some others, but I already had those. So I agree. Card backs. I'm a sucker for card backs. I have stacks and stacks and stacks of card backs. Because to me, one of the greatest joys was like looking on the back of these things, and it still is to this day. I freaking hardbacks are an addiction.
I was talking to that guy. He pretty much deals in nothing but like paper goods like hardbacks, instructions,
Mm-hmm.
anything that he can keep in a small box. And that's what like his eBay store is all about. This was like his first forte into a show where he brought like
Really?
full size items. Yeah. Cause he had a lot of like odds and ends from like cast iron toys from like the 20s all the way up to, like episode 1 figures and just a weird mix.
Yeah, he had a great assortment
He had a great assortment.
great assortment of stuff. Yeah, he's had random stuff. Like I even had this McKids McDonald Land.
Oh, that was
sign.
really cool.
That was really cool. I even sent it to the group chat I'm in with Ryan and some of the other have some people, but yeah, I thought he had some really neat stuff.
Yep.
So I got those card backs. And then our mutual friend Mike, he had I do not have this. It's not complete. I need the little staff or whatever. Was it Hagar, the witch from Voltron? I need that for my Panos Place Voltron peeps. Need to get that. Oh, did I see Colleen?
Yes, you did.
Wife, where is she? Hello. She is not here with me. She is in New York with her family. But I had a toy show, so I couldn't go. So sorry. But I miss you, Carl. I had to make my own drinks tonight. I'm sorry. I totally agree, Ryan. Modern card backs are missing pictures / the wave of collection. It hurts myself. Agree. Like that, not doing that is why action figures are dying.
Yep. We have no idea what the cross sell is. There's no reference. You look at the closest thing is, like looking at the back of a Marvel Legends figure and you see like what else you need to complete the Build-A-Figure. Because that's Hasbro's agenda. Like you have to buy the rest of these. We don't want to show you a full body shot of what's available. We're going to show you the headshot and a full body shot of the Build-A-Figure.
Yep. Yeah, I want toy companies. Can you just stop it? Do it the right way.
Show like coming soon next year.
Yeah.
Remember how G.I. Joe used to like black out the upcoming waves, but but you knew that something was coming at least.
Star Wars too, right? Like they would just black out and it's like, oh, it's another Ewok. But at the time, you're like, oh, who could it be? Like,
I'm gonna get that next Christmas.
Cool. Like I don't know why they don't do it anymore, but it's just. And I don't want to sound like an old man complaining about how things change. Like I get that things change. That's just progress, and I'm all for progress. But just can you please do cross sell? Like look at this. Like this was an iPad for us kids.
Right.
You just sit with this. This was our tablet, and just imagine picking up all these toys. Like, oh man, if I ever won the lottery, or if I could do the Toys R Us. I'm blurry. Let's see. Let's refocus.
Yeah,
there.
Like the
sweet
shopping spree.
Yeah, shopping spree at Toys R Us. If I ever had that chance, every single one of these would be going in my cart. Every single one.
But you would also use them to circle the ones that you had.
Yes.
With a marker.
Yes.
And then you knew like this is what I got, and then you could bring it to the store. Like I got to get the rest of these, and you show them to do you have this figure here? No, that came out 3 years ago. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, Joe's and Wars were hyped. Toy Biz X-Men, yeah, great. Yeah, Toy Biz as well. Because they would have like the series and like the one thing across and like all the ones of that wave.
Yep.
Just the way they did that was really cool. Super Toy Run, yes. Poor Kid fan, absolutely. Poor Kid fans just like, like you only needed one to imagine having all of them.
Yep.
And kids today, they don't get that experience. Here's why kids today is all lost. It's just a mess. Anyway, last thing that I got, John, if you watched the Instagram live we did today for a hot minute on the Geek Dead Life Instagram page, There was one thing, John, that you put up on Friday as we were setting up. And I was like, I really want that. And the whole time it just looked at me and just said, Jay, you should buy me, Jay. But
I turned his head towards your booth. I did.
And it's a bummer that Colleen is here because it's not a cheap figure, but it was a reasonable price. And I was like, but Sunday it was going so slow and I wasn't making any money. But for somewhere out of nowhere, maybe like at 2:00, I got a whole bunch of sales in a row, made a decent amount of money, more than enough to buy this thing and then still have a decent amount of money left over. So I bought it. So excited. I bought this figure originally. I pre-ordered on Big Bad Toy Store. And then I was like, it's really expensive. I don't really have space for this. I'm going to sell it. But as everybody knows, one of my favorite, I think one of my favorite Transformers of all time is Ultra Magnus. Mm-hmm. You got this in that huge Transformers collection. I think you were keeping it in your collection for a while. Then you decided to sell this weekend. So now it is right here behind me. The masterpiece Ultra Magnus. Oh, I'm so pumped I picked this up. I'm so glad I got this from you, John.
It's so nice.
I don't know what it is about Ultra Magnus, but I freaking love this character. He's kind of lame in the movie, but I don't care. He looks so freaking cool. I love the toy as a kid. I love the toy now. And this thing just pops. Like, again, I love a toy that pops. And this guy pops.
Yeah. The white is like so clean and bright.
Yes.
That it really does make it pop so much better.
Like, this thing looks so freaking good. So when did this one come out? I feel like it was a while ago.
Yeah, it's been a while. At least 5 years, right?
It was, at least 5 years.
Maybe 2014. Because a lot of the masterpieces I got in that collection were around 2014, 2015.
Yeah. And so I didn't even open it out of my box that I got. And then I sold it at a Raleigh toy show.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one that I always like, I wish I would have kept that one. That and Bumblebee. I wish I would have kept Bumblebee. But I'm really glad to have this one back. This is absolutely, it's a keeper. And I'm pumped to have it. Favorite thing I picked up this week or this weekend at the toy show. Boom. There you have it. But red, white, and blue saloons. Oh man. That is one of the best masterpiece Transformers. Now that I have it at home. Wait, is Colleen mad at me? Listen, Colleen, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry.
He got a really good deal.
It was a really good deal.
Really good deal.
I think you sold it for around $130, which is really good. It's a really good deal. Much better than this yo-yo.
Much better than what was it? Oh, the yo-yo?
Yeah, the yo-yo. Yeah, this yo-yo. Colleen was really ticked off about how much this yo-yo was. I got 2 yo-yos, though. I think it was like $20 for 2 yo-yos, like $10 a piece. She was
really
mad. She was angry.
That is expensive for a yo-yo. That yo-yo should be like $1.
Well, they have cheapo yo-yos, but this was like a little bit nicer of a yo-yo. Like, it does tricks and stuff like that really easily.
All yo-yos do tricks.
You're right.
You just got to know how to do them.
Yeah. Colleen, here she is, 26. Well, with tax and all that, it just added to it. It was a little pricey, I will admit.
That's a pricey yo-yo.
John, you're not helping me, man. Come on. Oh my God, yes, Sam Newsman. I really want that Blitzway Waldo. Our friend of the channel, Toy Shiz, got his.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I really want it. Any tricks are something you do for money. This is magic. MP Soundwave. See, now that I have that one, I'm like, oh, maybe I need Soundwave too. Maybe.
Soundwave, I would say get the KO.
The knockoff, you think so?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's plenty of them out there.
Probably hide it next time saves a lot. Listen, I try to be open and honest in my relationship with Colleen. Or sometimes you order on Amazon, think it's going to charge to your card, but it charges us to our joint card, and she's like, "Why did you spend $26?" But yeah, that Waldo, after seeing Toy Shizzes, I was like, I need it. And yeah, we'll see. Rick is clearly single. Oh my gosh. All right, John, those are some good toy hauls. Let's close this thing out, my friend, with a little segment we like to call Stump John. It's that time again where we try to put John to the test to see how much he really knows about toys and action figures. Yes, it's a segment where we try to stump him on his knowledge of all things toys with a segment we like to call Stump John. So everybody at home, everybody all around the world, it's time to Stump That John.
Not feeling very good. I failed at the live stream, Stump John.
You did. And I didn't want to, put salt in the wound. But yes, today on the channel, let me move this banner real quick because it's Stump John. Today, our good friend Keith, who is also a toy dealer, I'm kind of bummed I missed the other one because he did a really funny. He came up with like an accessory in his hands, like, do you know this one? and it was I believe the Juggernaut accessory. You knew it immediately. It was like
the Toy Biz Juggernaut sort of shoulder harness laser.
Yeah. And so I was like, oh man, I should have gotten that on tape. And so I was like, go find another accessory and see what it is. And yeah, so if you follow me on Instagram, Geek Dad Life on Instagram, we did this live where we saw, there you are, and there's our buddy Keith, and he brought this accessory, and
This
you
accessory.
were stumped.
Yep.
What is it?
I don't know.
Really? You said it was easy?
I thought it would be easy for you. I was trying to think what you got over there. Is it
So as you can watch that full video on the Instagram page. So yes, John, I'm sorry. It started a little bit rough for you today on the Stump That John.
It did. And I'm not surprised.
That was a tough one though, because it was so like kind of nondescript. It was like maybe you would get it, but maybe you wouldn't,
Yeah. It was one of those ones where it looked like it could have been a knockoff. It could have been 100 things,
Yeah.
I just had no idea.
Yeah, that was a tough one. And sometimes you need to be in the elements as well. But this time I have 4 accessories, 2 from 2 different people. One's from Lifelong Toy Collector. 2 are from Lifelong Toy Collector. So thank you for sending those. And then also we have more from Andrew Clark as well, 2 more. So we have 4 total. That means you need to get 3 right to successfully avoid being stumped, my friend.
Oh no.
That's tough.
And you got all the answers.
I have the answers. I have
all right.
Comics. It's a gray spear. Yay, I win. Oh my gosh. All right. Yeah, exactly. So we need shrinky things to get John back in the groove.
That's right. Need some shrinky dink color forms action.
Oh my gosh. All right. First up, I'm going to do the 2 from Andrew. I think, let me hide the thumbnails. And let's see if you get these. Good luck, my friend.
All right.
Here we go. First accessory is this one.
Oh man, I know that thing. I need to think about that. Why do I know?
You want me to move to the next one and let you kind of think about it in the background?
Yep.
Okay. The next one.
I don't. Is it turtles?
It is not turtles.
It is not turtles.
But that's the only hint I'll give you.
Man, looks like it would be turtles, like a purse for Irma or somebody.
You are like close in a weird way.
Hmm.
Like they're related. It's related to that. That's all.
It's related.
Kind of. Yeah, I agree, Ryan. John is getting worked hard tonight.
Man, I'm still thinking about that sword, that skull sword thing from the last picture.
That one.
Yeah. Man.
All right. You want to guess that one then? Maybe I'll get you on the roll here.
I don't think I'm going to get it.
Just fancy yourself a guess then. I think it's time to guess, my friend.
All right. It's not something from Swamp Thing, right?
Nope.
Okay, that was where my mind is going, but I'm picturing another little skull staff from Skin Man, I think.
You're on the right track. It's Kenner. It is Kenner. That's the only hint I'll give you.
Is it from Waterworld?
What's that?
Is it from Waterworld?
Nope.
Okay.
Give
What
up?
is it? Yep.
It is the 1993 Predator Scavenge Staff. Kenner.
Yep.
All right. And now it's time to guess this purse accessory. Seemingly, it's not turtles, but it is.
Is it from like Battle Trolls or Stone Protectors?
It is not.
Okay, what is it?
It is 1992 Star Trek: The Next Generation Deanna Troi bag.
I wouldn't have ever gotten that.
A lot of people say Beverly Crusher's med pack. It may have been a very similarly, if even like almost exacting same, because they kind of reused those a lot. That was from that one. But do you see how I was saying like related, like because Playmates, same era.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And the thing is with like 90s with Playmates Star Trek stuff, I pass on it so much that I don't have the accessories in my head like that.
Hey, listen, my Star Trek bin.
You did well. You did well. You need to restock that.
I know. I need to go find some more really cheap Star Trek to just throw them in there.
You found the magic way. I'm not going to give it away. You found the magic of how to sell Playmates Star Trek, and it worked wonders.
I'll share it. I don't mind. Screw it. This is what I did, ladies and gentlemen. And it was kind of by accident. You know, remember I bought that box of Star Trek stuff, and I took everything out of it that I wanted. It's in my display right here. If you watch my Toy and Tree, it's right. Toy and Tree, it's right there. And so I was like, all right, I don't have space. I don't need any of these others. So let me just bring it to the thing. I was like, you know what? I think I spent $40 or $50 for this. I'm going to sell it the rest of it for $50. And so people were kept digging the bin. And I was like, just $50 for the whole bin. Just take it. And we're like, I don't know. And then somebody was like, I really want just this one thing. I was like, fine, $20 for that. And he's like, done. And he gave me $20. And I was like, oh, okay. And so the rest of the time I was just like, it's $50 for the bin, but if you really want something, just let me know. And just people kept buying pieces out of it instead of just buying the bin.
Your bin is still half full, and you made way more than $50.
I think I made $60, and it's still probably more than half of the things in that bin. It's magic. Oh my God. All right. Last two, my friend. Okay, maybe at least break even here. You could possibly break even. Because I'm not going to count the one from earlier today. But okay. I'm worried about your psyche right now in this Stump John segment. You had the hot streak.
It's been a long day.
It has been a long day. It definitely has been a long day. So I hope lifelong toy collector sent these in. And I hope I don't know if you're gonna get these, but we're gonna see. Let me pull it up here. Share screen. Here we go.
I'm not gonna get it. It looks like Nope. Nope. I wish I had scale.
Let me try to give you a sense of scale. Let me see. Think superpowers scale, but it's not a superpowers accessory.
Superpowers scale. All right, go to the next one.
Okay. All right.
I don't think I'm going to get that either. Or this. Man. What's wrong tonight?
I'll give you a hint. You mentioned this toy line earlier today.
Earlier today or earlier on the show?
Earlier on the show. That's his.
I was going to say we were around a lot of toys today.
We were. The thing about
is
toy shows is like you just hang out together for like 9 hours. But yes, you said it earlier in this show.
Battle Trolls.
Nope.
Stone Protectors.
Nope.
What are we talking about? It's not Waterworld. Is it Waterworld?
Yes. I'm gonna give it to you.
Is
It's
it
Waterworld.
a Kevin Costner gun?
It is Waterworld. Let's see. A toll enforcer gun. Waterworld.
Wow.
And I'm gonna give you another hint because
okay, so back to the other one. I just thought about it.
okay.
Is it from Robin Hood?
Robin Hood what?
Prince of Thieves.
Yes, it is from Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Can you get a little more specific for me?
What was the sheriff of Nottingham guy?
It's not.
It's not.
It's not Snape.
I'm trying to think who had a sword because there were so many bow and arrows.
I think this is more of like a dagger. This isn't like a long sword or anything.
I don't remember who came with a dagger.
I'm still gonna. You said
Little John.
It is not Little John. It is the Dark Warrior.
Oh yeah, I can picture that figure, but I wouldn't have guessed it.
But it is Robin Hood's. You know, John, it's been a long day. I'm gonna give it to you. You broke even at least, so you weren't fully stumped, but you didn't win either. So,
this was stumped with hints.
Stumped,
heavy hints. Wow.
What would we all do without Kevin Costner? I do not know. You know, I there's so many great movies with him. The least of which, Field of Dreams is my favorite of all time. And you know, friend. Even though we haven't had him on the show, I don't know if he watches the show, but I am a friend of his. Would love to get him on. But Zombie Sailor Toys, if you don't follow his Instagram, you need to. But he's had this kind of running bit with Kevin Costner and Waterworld figures and stuff like that. That is so incredible that Kevin Costner himself has gotten in on the action.
Mm-hmm. It's
so freaking funny. And he started his own toy line, Heels and Faces. We need to get him on the show sometime because that would be a lot of fun to talk to him about that. Anyway, it's bad. Kevin Costner. It's awesome. Yellowstone. I haven't watched that, but I hear it's really good. Yes, Bob Saget did die. We gave a nice little in memoriam to him at the beginning of the show if you missed it. Jonathan, it was in the toy halls. Our good friend Shannon has made these. We both have one. Mine's just not behind me right now, but it's incredible. It is incredible. Yes, rest in peace, Danny Tanner. Bob Saget. Yeah, Bob Saget, legendary actor. All right, John, I think that's it.
That's it.
So thank you everybody for joining us on tonight's Toy Geeks. Hopefully, if the stars are aligned correctly, we'll have a special guest next week. We haven't locked it in completely because it was supposed to be today, but things kind of got messed up a little bit. But hopefully next week, we'll have a special guest with us on Toy Geeks. A really good special guest. Maybe I shouldn't hype it up that much, but I'm really excited to talk to this individual.
I'm really excited.
So be on the lookout for that, as well as just other videos on the Geek Dad Life channel. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and that bell icon to be notified when the latest episode of Geek Dad Life drops. Yeah, definitely check out, again, Toy Anxiety. I'll be tuning in because, again, Craig out Craig'd himself, and I'm really excited to see how that pulls off.
He might be having some assembly anxiety right now.
It should be assembly anxiety. So definitely check them out. I think it'll be Tuesday, 9:30 p.m. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one, but that's their usual time on Yes Have Some. But anyway, everybody have a great week. Oh my goodness, we're already a week or so into January, John, 2022. Holy moly.
Man, one toy show in the books, couple episodes. Wow.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. Did he Craig himself? He out Craiged himself. It's that's all I'll say. I'm just going to hype it up as much as possible, but we'll be back at our normal Toy Geeks time next Sunday with a very special guest, as well as any other episodes that drop on the Geek Dad Life channel this week. You got to hit that subscribe and hit the like button. If you haven't hit the like button yet, click that like. It's not Natalie and Bruglia. I'm sorry. It's not Natalie and Bruglia. It's he cranked all over himself. Oh, Craig, all the love to you, my friend. All right, we will see you all next time. Hasta luego, and goodbye.